Welcome to this week's Forex Forecast. Let me know in the comments down below what pairs you're watching this week, and don't forget to check out the YouTube or Patreon membership for my daily chart analysis. Alright, starting off with the US dollar. The past week, the institutions got rid of 1,878 longs, and they also got rid of 692 short positions. Over the past multiple Forex forecasts, we've been talking about this range that the dollar has been in right here, and we have just finally broken out of that range on the daily chart, which has left us with this daily supply zone here. I have a good idea that I think the dollar will go up to this supply level on the daily chart and then roll over from here. That is my guess for what's going to happen on the DXY. So certainly be careful of going long at the dollar when it gets to about 95.7. And at that point, it might be a good idea to start looking for short positions in this daily supply on some of the currency pairs. All right, on to the euro. The past week, the institutions added 5,200 longs, and they also got rid of 2,271 short positions. Looking at the daily chart here, it's just the opposite of the DXY. We have this daily demand here that was the opposite of the DXY supply. So I do believe the euro will be pulling back to this daily area of demand, which you could certainly look for confirmation trades on a 1 hour chart. If you don't know what confirmation trading is, check out my tips playlist. I have a confirmation trading video in there where you can see exactly what I would personally look for. If you are going to get long in that area, I would target 1.15094. If you are going to short, which I don't really recommend right now, even though I do think price will be pulling back, I would target right before this demand at 1.136. That is what I'm waiting for to happen on the euro. If that doesn't happen and we continue to see a push up here on the 4 hour chart, what I'm going to be doing is setting an alert above here where if we break that area, we will have a 4 hour uptrend continued along with a 1 hour, and I'll be looking for 15-minute set and forget trades to the upside. But ultimately, I do think that the euro will pull back to that daily demand and we will see a rally from that level. All right, gold. The past week, the institutions got rid of 6,400 longs, and they also added 5,137 short positions. We are in daily supply on gold right now, so I'd be very careful buying gold. If you are going to go long, I would target right before this supply at 1850, something like that. If you're going to go short, I would target 1780 before this daily area of demand. I'm personally not very interested in trading gold right now. What I'm waiting for is, as you can see, I have an alert set above here, and I will be waiting for set and forget zones once we break this high like that, and we'll have 15-minute trend, 1 hour trend, 4 hour trend. So I'll be looking for 15-minute pullbacks. You could have looked for confirmation in this supply zone here, and if we do get a pullback to this 4 hour area of demand here at 1808, you can certainly look for 15-minute confirmation. Not the highest odds, but I do think it would be somewhat decent considering we are in weekly demand. And if you guys want my zones, make sure to check out the Patreon or the YouTube membership. It's only $5 cap per month. You can get all my zones tracked on a daily basis, multiple times a day, and it can certainly help you with your trading. You can get custom analysis, call reports, all that stuff. Certainly check it out. Links are in the description. All right, on to USD Japanese yen. The past week, the institutions added 6,800 longs, and they got rid of 18,452 short positions. Our target was hit, as you can see right here, at 115, around there, right at that daily area of demand. So if you got in short and targeted that, very nice. And it actually looks very similar to the DXY chart, where I think we will see a pullback to this daily area of supply, where if you are bearish to the dollar, which I personally am, I think this is a great selling opportunity up in here to possibly target down here. If you are going to short, I would target 112.5. If you are going to get in long from here, I would target right before this daily supply at 115.06, right before this supply. But ultimately, I do think we will push up here and then have a nice push down. What I'm personally waiting for is just for these trends to continue on the lower time frame. It's very similar to what I do all the time. Just waiting for this low to be taken out right here. And then when that low gets taken out, I'll be looking for 15-minute set and forget pullbacks to trade to the downside, looking for about 3-to-1 moves. But ultimately, I do think we could, like I said, see upward pressure on some of these US dollar pairs to the upside, but ultimately probably sell off when we get to that daily area of supply. GBPUSD, the British pound. The past week, the banks added 4,500 longs, and they also got rid of 5,479 short positions. If you are going to go short, I would target right before this daily demand at 1.361. If you're going to go long, I would target 1.39 right up here. I do think we will be getting a pullback to this daily area of demand. I'll show you what I'm going to be looking for, but real quick, if you are enjoying the video, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below what you thought of the forecast or what I could do differently, or any comments, or tell me what you're watching this week. I'd much appreciate it. And like I said earlier, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership if you want to join the team. But I do think we will be pulling back to this daily area of demand, so you could certainly look for 1 hour confirmation in that daily area of demand. What I'm personally waiting for, like I am with most of the pairs, I'm waiting for this high to be removed, and then like I always say, I'll be looking for set and forget trades on lower time frames, like the 15-minute, something like that. I'm not a fan of this 4 hour area of demand. You could look for 15-minute confirmation in here, but ultimately I think we will see something like this play out in the pound. I don't really put a lot of weight on this 4 hour zone, but if anything, look for confirmation. But like I said, I don't even really recommend doing that. So I'm just waiting for that high to be removed up there, or possibly price pushing lower, and you can look for confirmation in that daily demand. All right, USDCAD. The past week, the institutions got rid of 1,270 longs, and they added 2,300 short positions. If you are going to get in short, I would target right before this demand at 1.246. Long, I would target easily this daily supply here at 1.261. I do think, like all the other US dollar pairs, we will see a pullback to the daily supply levels and then roll over. I don't really look for confirmation trades anymore. I mostly do set and forgets, but definitely check out this area for 1 hour confirmation. And if you aren't a member, you can use my zones for the 1 hour chart to get the confirmation. So definitely check that out. And if you look at the 1 hour here, we are in a 1 hour uptrend. What I'm personally waiting for is for these lows to be taken out, like I always say, and have a move down like this. Look for those set and forget entries, because as soon as we start to lose these trends on the lower time frames, I become less interested. Even though I do think ultimately it will, pull back at some point. I don't really know where. Possibly, like I said, that daily supply that's somewhere up here. But it's very difficult to predict which zones are going to hold when we start to lose that trend, right? So that's why I like to only trade with the trend, and any zone that's after that usually is pretty high odds. So that's why I'm always waiting for trends to play out, but ultimately I think we will probably pull back to that daily area of supply. Like I said, definitely check that area out for confirmation. It could be certainly a good trading area. All right, Aussie USD. The past week, the institutions got rid of 250 longs, and they added 1,870 short positions. If you are going to get in long, I would target before this daily supply 0.73. If you're going to get in short, I would target 0.707. We're pulling back to this daily demand. I'm not a huge fan of this demand level due to it being so close to a trend line like this. We could see something like that play out. So if anything, if you're really looking to get in long, I would only look for confirmation in here. That's all I would do. But I am waiting, like I always say. I'm sorry if it's getting very, very repetitive. I'm just waiting for trends to start to play out again on the lower time frames. And once that 4 hour starts trending, the 1 hour will be trending, and the 15 will be as well. Then I'll be interested in going in long. But be very, very careful trading around this daily demand level. Although I do think we will see a push up, whether it's from the most nearest demand right here, or it's this one. I think we will be looking for a higher move up in some of these dollar pairs. So if anything, you could really just look at this as one big area of buyers and look for 1 hour or 4 hour confirmation coming off of this area to get in long and target 0.737. All right, USD Swiss franc. The past week, the institutions got rid of 1,800 longs, and they added 61 short positions. If you look here, we broke this daily demand, which has created a daily downtrend here. Looks like we are going to be pulling back to this daily supply. So if you're going to get in long, I would target 0.922. Short, I would target right around 0.906. I do think we could pull back up to there and then roll over, like I've been saying with all the other US dollar pairs. I'm not going to just guess that and go long though. As you can see down here, I have my alerts set down there for when the 1 hour starts to trend again. Like I always say, I'll be looking for set and forget trades to the downside. That's all I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be guessing if the US dollar is going to get strong and gambling to the upside. I'm going to continue to trade with that trend, just waiting for lower time frame trends to take place. Last but not least, crude oil. The past week, the institutions added 21,776 longs, and they also got rid of 5,904 short positions. If you are going to get in long crude oil, I would target 87.8 or 88, essentially. Maybe 87 would be a little safer. If you are going to short this area, which I don't recommend, I would target $80 a barrel. That's what I would target. We are in a weekly supply, guys, so be very careful getting in long. Ultimately, I do think we will go higher, but it doesn't mean we won't see little down moves like this on the way up. So what I'm waiting for, actually, the oil is trending right now in all time frames. So this is what it looks like when I'm looking for set and forget trades. So when this happens, I come down to a 15-minute chart and I look for any decent looking zones to possibly get in long at. And right now I do not see any. So I'll just be waiting for a quality 15-minute demand zone to be going long at, looking for that 3-to-1 profit target. But that's what I'd be doing. I would just be trading these lower time frame trends right now. If anything, you might be able to look for 1-hour trades or 4-hour trades as well. But to enter on a 4-hour or something like that, we'd have to see this trend continue on the weekly chart and then go from there. Hopefully you guys found this weekly Forex forecast helpful. If you did, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like and check out the Patreon or YouTube membership if you need help finding your supply and demand zones. It's only $5 CAD per month. Hope to see you guys there and hope to see you in the next video.